Wednesday, November 13th, 2024. I'm Andrew from 510 Books here in my bookstore. Spent the last couple of hours continuing the process of going through all of the books in the store so that I can find the nuggets, the stuff I can sell online for a good profit, and items that, those books would unlikely not sell here in the store. And I can sell them on eBay for the most part, and also finding some for Amazon. And then also, as part of that process, is removing the books that we don't need to have in the store, taking up space, books that are not being purchased on Amazon or eBay. They're not popular right now for whatever reason, or maybe they were never popular, and they're taking up space, and I would rather free up that space, put better inventory, better books that people would actually want to buy, and then also organize it to make it look a little nicer and have it be more organized as well. So continuing that process, I went through all of the nonfiction here, which I've talked about in other videos, finished all of that, freed up a lot of space so that I can grow into that space and have it be better organized. And now I finished the cookbooks, which are up here. So from right there on up are all cookbooks. That's all that's left. If you remember, cookbooks went all the way down to this shelf here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves. And now I have brought it down to just 3. But for now, like I said, I'm probably going to combine the cookbooks with the health section, with the dieting section, and put those all together once I get through all of the books in the store. But for now, they'll just sit there. And I'm already got into or went through 2 shelves of fiction books, and I've cleared off an entire bookshelf, and then that's what is left that we're keeping. I've broken them up into older fiction over here, so vintage fiction, and then newer fiction in the last few decades there, and they're alphabetical by author, of course. And I'll continue that process going forward. And also, there was at least 10 or 12 books that I had to put into different areas, different sections. So, like, I had a couple of books that were related to war. They weren't even fiction. They were nonfiction books related to history or the different wars. Like, there was a couple Civil War books. This book here, The Boys in the Boat, is not fiction. As you can see what it's about. It's a very popular book still. So that one, this one here, Liddy's Life in the Rocky Mountains, and there was some more that I put in a few different sections as well. So they were just not organized properly, not put away properly. So that's another part of the whole process, is making sure that books are in the right place so that when people come in here, they can actually find what they're looking for, or if at least they're browsing a certain section like fiction, they're not going to find nonfiction. And if they're browsing, if they're looking for war books, history books, they're going to find it in the history section. It's not going to be sitting in the fiction section, and they will never find it and buy it. So this is all common sense to me, but it's because of the book sitting here for so long and the previous owner not having things organized well that this happened, right? And so now I'm finally going through everything, and I'm halfway, at least halfway through, because I still have all the fiction, which is just the general fiction, young adult, kids books, and then I got mystery, rest of the fiction over here, which is like mystery thrillers, and then sci-fi and fantasy. But I've gone through, at least half, if not more, of the entire inventory of the store. And fiction is was actually going pretty quickly, because it's a little easier to decide based on the numbers. And there's so many fiction books that I really just want to keep the ones that people actually want to buy, that are popular right now, unless it seems to be something that stands out, the topic, what the book's about, that kind of thing. I'll keep some of those as well, but being really kind of ruthless about cutting stuff out. So that's what I was doing today. And I also was able to find, I found a few books. I found these 2 books on the shelves. This one is an uncorrected book proof that I'm going to list on eBay. There's no copies of it. I mean, the normal book that was published, there are copies and people are buying them on eBay, but not of this, the uncorrected proof. And this one is the first edition of this book, The L-Shaped Room by Lynn Reed Banks. It's got the dust jacket, which is in pretty good condition. Books are the books in good condition, all that kind of stuff. And this one's really interesting because I did like the cover. It stood out to me, the artwork, and when I looked it up, I saw prices, a couple $100 prices. One of them was signed for $500, and then the rest of them were. So it started from there was an $82 one, and then it jumped up to $161 for this particular copy. Now, interestingly, when you look at the 90-day sales total, there's no sales. But all of the other offers are from other countries, so Ireland and the UK. There was one other offer, and the price was like $160, $170 from the US. But the price seems a bit high, so I'm gonna price it at $99.99. Take offers, promote it at 5%, see what happens. Sometimes you gotta take a little risk, but it's not really that big a risk because it's the books was just sitting on the shelf here anyway, and no one's gonna find it. And the price that the former owner had on it was $40. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I also found some other books that I'm gonna list on Amazon, which is always, I mean, it's not a total surprise because I do find some, but I find less books that I can sell on Amazon than I can sell on eBay. Most of what I find on the shelves here is stuff that's more collectible, vintage, first editions, first printings, signed copies of stuff, rare stuff. So that typically goes on eBay. But I did find these two. This is Ragnar's Tall Tales. I'm going to list it for $30 on Amazon. There's actually no copies currently, and in the last year it's sold like 4 or 5 times. So to me that says that obviously when there's no copy that I can list it and be the only option, and the fact that it has sold says that it probably will sell. This one, if you looked at it, you might not think it's worth much. Marlene Sorosky's Cooking for Holidays and Celebrations. Well, because it's November, we're in the holiday season, books like this can go up, so people are buying it. I'm listed for $25 on Amazon, and it's been selling, and it's been selling on eBay as well, but for less money. So that's why it's good to sell on both marketplaces, because on eBay I'm going to get like $10 for it, but on Amazon I could potentially get $25. And we'll see if it sells. I'm going to price it there and see if it's going to sell for that much. Would you think the Good Housekeeping Illustrated Microwave Cookbook will be selling pretty regularly on Amazon? Well, it is. And there's actually 2 copies of it in the store here. So one's going to stay here and one's going to go to my other store. Microwave cookbooks, it's crazy, right? But that's selling. I found all these cool old ephemera in one particular book that I'm going to keep. I have a bag of ephemera stuff that I have on and off sold ephemera to people that have come into my other store. So I always keep some. I mean, when I come across stuff that's interesting, like this is some older, I don't know, coupons and whatnot. Chrome polish and cleaner, $1. So there's kind of cool ephemera that you can find. 15 family favorite recipes, golden dipped. Ephemera, that's something that if you go through a lot of books that you can accumulate and then sell on eBay, a whole bag of it, whatever, depending on what it is. People will buy all kinds of older stuff that's like from the 50s, from the 60s, from even older, advertisements, photographs, receipts, all kinds of stuff, bookmarks, all kinds of things. So keep that in mind. This is what sold on eBay in the last 24 hours, and Amazon. This sold on Amazon. I also sold 2 lots on eBay. So these 3 on eBay, plus 2 more lots, 5 sales. But this sealed DVD sold for $15.99. This book, People of the Wolf, Kathleen Gear, sold for $20 plus shipping. Donation. This was a buy that I made that I told you about. where I bought hundreds of DVDs together, most of them sealed. This one sold for $9 on Amazon. This is a donation as well. And then this one is signed 2 times by this guy. Ispansky. This came from the bookstore off the shelf, just sitting there by this guy. It's signed right there. And I had it, so this is interesting because I had it for sale for $100 because there weren't any comps really. But the guy was kind of popular a little bit. He was a sculptor. And this is signed by him, all that kind of stuff. I couldn't find any other copies, so listed it for $100. I got an offer really low for $30. Came back higher. They didn't accept it. I think it was the same person that came back with that $50 offer, so I decided to take it because $50 is really nice off of a book that was just sitting on the shelf over there in the art section. I can't remember what they had it listed for or what they had it priced at, but $50. Be willing to take offers. I recommend making offers or having offers turned on for every single item you have on eBay, because you just don't know. If I didn't have it turned on, I mean, they could send me a message, but it's just so much easier if they, just shoot me an offer. So be flexible with your prices, unless you're spending a lot of money on the items you're getting, which is always possible. For a book like that, if you spend $10, $50 is still nice. $40 profit, of course, minus fees and everything. But just be flexible with it, with your pricing. Make sure there's enough room there for profit for you, and take the money if it comes in. Take the deal. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next video. Take care.